Don't let your grouchy significant other, parents, children, or job get in your way of another hour of your quest to rid London of Templars. Take on strange, yet familiar, foes on Sanglios and Genesis, or fight through a post-apocalyptic Boston. You're simply doing it for your own health. That's one way to look at or justify things, especially if you're an avid gamer. There's a certain level of stigma that is associated with video games, a stigma that has been around since games themselves were conceived decades ago, and that has yet to completely dissolve, though today's games are more akin to interactive movies than to anything like the games of 1980s and 90s. People who aren't interested in them still consider them to be nothing more than a time sink, a childish hobby, or a habit that some people never grew out of. And yet the gaming industry becomes bigger and better year after year. Kids are growing up with video games on their computers, tablets, and smartphones, not just consoles. Learning systems are being designed to mimic games, and there are more and more positive outcomes being attributed to gaming than anyone would ever have thought possible. Games are now an intrinsic part of our culture, and there's no indication that they are going to go away anytime soon. And the good news is that games themselves actually offer a myriad of health benefits, in sharp contrast to what your parents probably told you growing up. Welcome back to QatNip, and you might have guessed it already. Today we bring you 5 advantages that video games pose on your health. So let's get started and let's learn together. So now you have a little ammo to fire back when someone tells you that you're playing too much, or when you hear the famous line, "You're rotting your brain playing those things." Let them go back to watching the Kardashians and keep soaking up the health benefits that video games present, including the following 5. First, they boost your memory. More and more studies are showing that video games are good for memory. Just recently, a study from University of California, Irvine, found that the hippocampus, the region associated with complex learning and memory, was altered by playing 3D games. The memory improvement was fairly substantial, as high as 12% in some individuals. Though it is not clear how or why these games are helping memory, researchers are excited about how their findings can be used to treat people suffering from memory and cognition issues. Second, the increased coordination. Video games help zero in impressive levels of hand-eye coordination. In fact, they help so much that games are actually being used to help train surgeons as they work on making precision movements and performing tasks in very limited space. The link between video games and motor skills has been known for quite some time, but newer research is shedding even more light onto the connection. Fast-paced games like first-person shooters have been shown to boost motor skills and help develop fast decision-making. This is how they are able to 360 no-scope some flare from 30 meters out. Third, they are good for cognitive health. We already discussed how many games can help with memory, but they can also help with overall cognitive function as well. This means that by sinking some time into your favorite game, you can be working on becoming more attentive, focused, and perceptive, all while thinking critically and making decisions in-game. This is especially important as game playing may be a viable treatment option for folks suffering from age-related cognitive diseases like Alzheimer's and dementia. Fourth, they reduce stress and depression. Nothing relieves stress quite like using a scorpion tank to decimate waves of enemies on a faraway planet or alien construct. And there's plenty of evidence now that points to link between video games and reduced level of stress and even reduced rates of depression. As it turns out, games can keep your brain busy while not slamming you with any of the stress and anxiety that the real world problems present. Playing Angry Birds, for example, is a simple and relaxing exercise for many personality types. Games can also be a social outlet, allowing those who are lonely a chance to get some interaction. And lastly, fifth, They can sharpen your decision making. We touched on this, but video games can really help you sharpen your decision making skills. Many games are rife with moral dilemmas which force you to weigh the pros and cons and make a decision that will impact your in-game experience. Others, like strategy games, require you to think critically on a very high level. Even a first-person shooter requires a good deal of critical thinking and strategy, rather than just aim and shoot. The skills polished by playing games can actually translate well into real world as well. Studies are finding. So guys, what do you think about it? Let us know in the comment section below. And we would really like to see some game likers or actual gamers share their thoughts. So, thank you for watching this video. We hope you liked it, and we'll see you guys in the next one.